The 100-year story of Central is not about buildings, famous names, or celebrities. Central Story is a story of unsung individuals who believed in a real and living God and made a decision to pursue Him. It is almost impossible to talk about the origins of Central Assembly without talking about the role that women played in establishing this church. It started with Rachel Sislove, who came from the Azusa Street Revival and brought the full gospel teaching to her sister Lily. It's about Lily Coram, who allowed her house to become a house of worship and eventually served as co-pastor of this church. It includes Amanda Benedict, who for a year fasted, prayed, and sacrificed for the establishment of a work in Springfield. And Mother Barnes, who brought a tent and workers from St. Louis to Springfield in 1915 to hold services across from the courthouse. Then there was a period of time under the pastorate of Ralph M. Riggs when this church grew dramatically. This growth can be traced to services held in the 1930s by two separate women evangelists. In 1931 and again in 1933, Sister Edith May Pennington came for revival services that brought 350 people to the Lord. In the mid-30s, Pastor Riggs invited Emma Taylor to hold a series of services. In her two campaigns, hundreds more came to the Lord. These services were so powerful that they led to the establishment of 15 new churches in the area. In order to accommodate Central's growth, a new addition was added onto the church. It was referred to as the Taylor Edition, in honor of the growth that came from Emma Taylor's ministry. But while some of these names have notable historical significance, the full story of women at Central is even greater, though maybe a little more anonymous. How do we adequately tell the stories of women who held their families together while their husbands were off fighting wars in Europe and Asia? How do we convey the manner in which they upheld spiritual values for their children by serving as Sunday school teachers and VBS volunteers? And how many men have developed a deeper relationship with the Lord due to the influence of the godly women in their lives? Where would this church be without the influence of godly women? Today, 100 years later, whether we are male or female, young or old, He calls us to a closer walk with Him, and it remains to be seen the wonderful things He has in store for this congregation.